Hi everybody, welcome back to Arma 3, welcome back to SOG Prairie Fire, and this is my second beginner's guide to playing the campaign solo using SOG AI, and this will be my guide to the third mission in the campaign. This is the Bright Light mission, where we've got to go in and we have to try and rescue some crew of a downed helicopter. Now, the reason why this is the second beginner's guide and yet this is the third mission is because at the time of recording this video, it's not recommended to play the second mission with SOG AI because the AI have a little bit of trouble traversing the mountain that you start off on that particular campaign. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go through some of the mods I use, and then we're going to go through starting the mission and the various phases of the mission just to guide you through, because if you're new to Arma 3, if you're new to SOG Prairie Fire DLC and the SOG AI mod, you might find it a little bit challenging and a little bit frustrating, but hopefully I can guide you along the way so you can have lots and lots of fun playing this mission, bearing in mind that all of these missions are designed to be replayed on the harder difficulty levels. With SOG AI you can play them with different squads, and obviously you can then go on and play multiplayer co-op with your friends as well. Right, let's get started. So if you're watching this video, you've probably already got SOG Prairie Fire, the cDLC, and the mods you want to have are these ones: Simple Single Player Cheat Menu, SOG AI, cBA-A3, which goes with Web Knight's 2 primary weapons, and the Automatic View Distance mod. All of these mods I will put links to in the description below this video, and I will also put links to the beginner's guide tutorials that I've done about how to use these mods. SOG AI is a game changer when it comes to playing Arma 3, particularly Prairie Fire, but also many other Arma missions solo. It improves on the way that the AI works and moves around the battlefield. Simple single player cheat menu. Now, the reason why we use this is because there are at certain points in plenty of these Prairie Fire scenarios and in lots of other scenarios within Arma 3, they just get too difficult and they get too frustrating and it's not fun. So you just want to put on invincibility for you and maybe your squad members so you can get through that particular bit and then crack on with the mission, turn off the cheats, and then get on with things. Web Knight's 2 primary weapons. This changes again the way that you play Arma 3 and is particularly useful in Prairie Fire because of the weapons that you have available to you. There's no kind of red dots in Vietnam, so the ability to be able to carry a submachine gun and a medium to long range weapon is very useful. So for example, I will often go in with a suppressed submachine gun and something like an M16 or a sniper rifle with a scope on, and you can switch between those as you're moving through the jungle, as you get yourself into different places. And to go with that, you have cBA-A3, and then there's also the Automatic View Distance mod. I'll link to that, and I'll also link to Nana's or Nightin's how I doubled my FPS in Arma video, which will show you how to optimize Arma if you need to as well. Right, let's look at actually getting into the game and the settings you may well want to use. So we're going to go single player, we're going to go campaigns, we're going to go SOG Prairie Fire, open, and we're going to go Bright Light, and we're going to go play solo, and then we're going to put our game options in. And you want to go, honestly, go with recruit to start off with. It's nice and easy. And if you've tried to do this before by yourself, you know that even on recruit it can be quite difficult. However, when you have a SOG AI squad with you, they're very good at spotting enemies and engaging enemies, and also they will draw the enemy's fire rather than you, which enables you to then be able to make tactical decisions, strategic decisions about where you're going to take them to achieve your objective. And also remember, these missions, and I can't stress this enough, they get more fun the more you play them, because once you've gone through them once, as we will go through this particular mission, and you go, all right, I understand what I'm meant to do now, then you play it again. You think, well, I'm going to play a little bit differently. We're going to use some different strategies, different tactics, and then it goes on and on and on. They are built for replayability, and so we start on recruit, and then you can make it harder and harder as you go along, and then we could just go restart and we'd be ready to go. So this is the main SOG Prairie Fire map. Obviously there's another couple ones as well, but this is the one we will be using for this bright light mission. So what have we got to do? So we're down here at this base. So we're going to jump on a helicopter and we're going to head off up to this area here. A friendly Seabees helicopter has been shot down and we need to go and rescue the crew. And what's going to happen is we're going to be inserted into the LZ. We've got to go and find the downed helicopter. We then need to retrieve a radio and some paperwork, and then we'll discover that there's a body missing. We're then going to follow some blood trails to a village. We're going to clear the village, and then we're going to find some tunnels. We're going to go into the tunnels to rescue the prisoner of war. Hopefully we can keep them alive. We're going to get them out of there, and then we're going to have to make our way to an LZ, being chased all the way by the Viet Cong and the NVA, and then we're going to have to defend the LZ until the rescue helicopter comes, and we're going to get on the helicopter, and then we're going to go home. So we're going to have to use lots of different skills, being able to order our squad around. Bringing in air support is going to be really important as well. So if you're new to Arma 3, this screen here with things like your briefing and the situation are really important because they give you all the background. Other games, other modern games, are very good at telling us everything, you know, where with Arma 3 and Prairie Fire, you need to read through these things and they really give you a background of what you need to do. And again, when you replay the mission, you'll read these and you'll get more out of them as well, because you kind of understand more of the things of what is actually going on. So let's hit continue. And we'll spawn in, and we're going to spawn in by ourselves. We're not going to call in our squad quite yet because there's a couple of things we need to do first, which is go and get some weapons. So here we are, we're in the Special Forces place. So where we got to go? So we've got to go over there, 168 meters. So let's head over there. Okay, so here, this is where we're going to get our weapons from. And importantly, as Tilt says, we need to make sure we get lots and lots of first aid kits. Because when we get the POW helicopter pilot, we need to treat him to keep us alive. And you're going to get injured a lot as well in all Prairie Fire missions. So you do not want to run out of first aid kits. So let's take a look now. I wouldn't really get too bothered about sorting out what weapons you've got at this point, because we're going to change them when we call in SOG AI. So in fact, what I would probably say you could do is get rid of a lot of grenades. Let your teammates worry about grenades, and you clear up a lot of your inventory space by getting rid of all these sorts of things, and that way you can carry more ammo for your weapon, and you can also carry more first aid. So we get rid of all these. There we go. Now let's see. Where's the first aid kits? They're not in there, are we? So what we'll do, let's just pick... where's the first aids? Press I. Alright, oh, okay, so we've got 8. Did I miss them? I must have picked all of the first aid kits up. Okay, we don't need any of these grenades. Willy Pete grenades are worth having, actually. So there we go. Now, it's important to remember that if you don't pick up some weapons, you won't then get the notification that you need to now go over here. And this is where we're going to get the helicopter. Okay, so we're at the helicopter, but before we get on, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to bring up the simple single-player cheat menu, and we're also then going to call in our squad. So if we just press M to bring up the map, we can say load SSPMCC. This will then load, and then we've got cheats. And so if you get into a situation with the game where you're getting frustrated, you keep getting killed, you can't get past the particular point, and trust me, the one that we're going to be using this definitely is in the tunnels where you're by yourself, because the AI can't come in with you, whereas in a proper multiplayer game you would have proper humans coming in with you to make it a lot easier. You're going to go over and you're going to go to invincibility, and you're going to enable invincibility for you and probably for your group members as well. So while they're outside, your guys can stay alive, so they're ready to be there when you come outside, and then you can turn invincibility off for you and them, and you can make your way to the LZ. If you want to have a little bit of fun, you could use the virtual garage or virtual arsenal to spawn some other stuff in. Maybe keep that for another mission too. And if you reload the game, often you have to reload SSPMC. So that's that bit. Now we're going to call in our SOG AI team. So if we roll down on our mouse button, we'll see choose group to spawn. If we go back to the map again, tasks, briefing, bright light, mission, team. So we're Columbia. So I'm the 1-1 of Columbia, which means that I'm the leader. So we're going to choose group to spawn. So I'm going to click in my mouse wheel, and we're going to be Columbia. Now we're going to go with 9 AI because they're a little bit more easy to control. You could go with 11, but that's more than the F key, so you've got to press F11 to move along. So I think 9's a good number. Obviously, as you go forward and you can you replay this bright light mission, play with different team members, play with a US Army rifle squad of grunts, Marines, Arvin, Vietnamese, play with the Australians. There's so much options. And what's going to happen is when we call these in, we're actually going to change as well. I don't know whether you noticed that, but we now look different. We now match our squad. Now at this point what we can do is we can go up to soldiers and we can change their loadout if we like, if they stay still. But also what we can do is we can change our loadout, and I really recommend you do this. So I'm going to say change player's loadout. And remember, we've got the Web Knight's 2 primary weapons mod installed. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the M16 with the optic and the suppressor on. Here we go. There it says M16 with the 4 times and a suppressor. So that's really good. So we're going to put that on the ground. We're going to get rid of our M16 as well. We're going to put that on the ground as well. Just make sure they are there. Cool. And then it's choosing a submachine gun or an assault rifle or something that you're happy with. I'm going to go with the let's see if we can find the Thompson. Let's see if we can get it. I've got to try and remember what it's called now. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go with the Tommy gun. Special Forces did use the M1928, so we're going to use the M1928 probably with the. Alright, so that one's using the 50 round drum. Yeah, so we could use the 50 round drum. It's very useful, so I'm going to put that on there. Now we've already got lots of M16 mags. We've got 11 M16 mags. We've picked up a load of grenades, so let's just drop some of these by right clicking. So we've got space. I'll keep a Willy Pete there, right? I don't want any mines or anything like that. So what we're going to do next, so what we've got to find now is the M1928 magazines. So we're going to go down, and then we'll get to the ammo at the bottom. Here we go. There's the Sten. There we go, 50 round M1928 mag tracer. Let's have some of that. Let's put that in there. So what we've got 3, so we've got 4. Let's put another one in there. So we've got an awful lot of ammunition that we can go through. So let's just double check our first aid kit. So we've got 1 first aid kit in our backpack, and then we've got another 8 there. Let's see if we can get any more out. There's loads of cool stuff that you can carry. Lots of mines, satchel charges. Okay, I can't see the first aid kits. But remember, we can always go into the simple single player cheat menu, bring up the virtual arsenal and give ourselves some more first aid kits should we want to do that. So I'm pretty happy with this loadout. What we got? 8 first aid kits, 11 M16 mags. We've got 5 50 round M1928, so we've got over 200 rounds for the M1928, so I'm happy with that. And what we can do now is, because we put these guns on the ground and we have got the 2 primary weapons, we should be able to, if we go into if we press 4, there we go. So see the Tommy guns on my back now, and if I press I, we should be able to, that is now empty, so we can pick up the M16 with the optic on, put it into that slot there, press 4 again, that's the Tommy gun, press 4 again, got the M16, let's reload it, it hasn't got anything in it. So we've now got the M16, and then we press 4, and now we've got the Tommy gun for close range combat. Excellent. So now we can press tab, follow me, and hopefully all my colleagues will follow me. Now we're going to load them into the helicopter next. What's very important with your AI teammates is that always load them first. So you should always be the last to get onto the helicopter and the last to get off the helicopter as well, because you don't want a situation where the triggers in the game trigger. By what I mean that is, if I got on this helicopter now, what might happen is the helicopter could fly off on the mission before all my teammates get on. Similarly, when we get to the LZ, you tell all your AI teammates to get off before you get off, so that the helicopter doesn't fly away with them still on it. So looking at the helicopter, we can just go down on our mouse wheel and say all board vehicle, and with a bit of luck and a following wind, here they all go, and they all go one at a time. Go on, lads. Now I'm going to give you a little hint now as well before we actually start the mission about the end of the mission. So at the end of the mission, if you've managed to keep the prisoner of war alive, you have to load them onto the helicopter, and the way that you do it is you go up to the helicopter with the casualty over your shoulders, and you go down on your mouse wheel, and you'll see an option that says load casualty to helicopter, and that's how you do it. But what I'm going to do now is, hopefully I should be able to get on this helicopter if they've left me a seat. I don't want to sit in the front. Where can I sit, boys? I'll sit here. Here comes our brave crew, and they're going to fire up this beautiful Huey. Now, boys, we doing all right? We're all jammed in, aren't we? Look at this. How fantastic does this look? And we are off. Remember, when you're in the air, if you scroll down on your mouse wheel, you can put your earplugs in, but importantly, you'll see an option to skip travel, and you press and hold the space bar like so, and we can skip this bit. If you haven't, I would recommend, though, maybe on the first time, watch to see what happens, because it is great fun seeing everything travel by. So we are in a very hot area. Let's bring up the map. Now the LZ is randomised, so you'll land at different LZs probably on each time. So we're going to land here, and then we've got to make our way towards the smoke, and at some point we will find the helicopter. So what I'm going to do is, when we reach the ground, what you'll see is SOG AI doesn't give you an option telling everybody to get out. So what I tend to do is I use the vanilla commands. So I press the tilde key, which is the one to the left of 1, and I say, and that selects everybody. Then I use my mouse wheel to select disembark. And there they all go. One more, and now I can say get out, and then I can press tab, follow me. Let's get into the tree line. They'll come. See if we'll get them to do a lay dog. Let's press the map. So we know we're here. We've got to move towards the smoke. So if we press K twice quickly, we know we need to go southeast. So we're going to be travelling in this direction. Okay, so we're moving through the jungle. I can press and hold K, so I know I'm going in the right direction. We can keep looking at the map to make sure we're going in the right direction too. Now, for the purposes of this video, we are on easy mode, and so we are going pretty fast. You know, we're running along. However, when you're playing on the harder difficulty levels, you're probably going to be doing things a little bit differently. You may well want to dogleg your way towards the target. As soon as you hear shooting, like bang bang, like that, so you're not being engaged, that is an indicator that trackers are on your path. And that's where you roll down on your mouse wheel and you say tail gunner, place mine, and they will do. Also, what you can do is we can press tab to bring up SOG AI. We can say stealth on. So with stealth on, what that means is your guys will not engage people, not engage enemies, unless they're in direct a threat. And the guys that will fire first will be the guys who have suppressors. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see they've all got blue next to them, but when things go loud, they'll go red. So that kind of knows whether your guys are in stealth mode or not. Also, what we can do is if you press Control C, that changes your combat pace. So you can really slow down to this kind of slow walk, and your guys will kind of follow you. And this is kind of a lot more immersive. Obviously, go to first person mode, and this way you can really get a feel of, I don't know, I mean, I think SOG AI and Prairie Fire is incredibly special with the way it works, and you know, we are on a bright light mission for SOG Mac V. Now, as far as commanding your squad goes, we can stealth on. You can have them form a file, so they're in a line behind you. You can say form a line behind you as well. Now, did you hear that? You may have heard that. So there was some shooting, so that means we may have got followers. So what we're going to do is we're going to put tail gunner to place a mine. And if we look at the map, what will happen is the last guy will place a mine there, because one of the actual things that did happen with the guy, and press Control C to kind of start jogging again, one of the things that did happen is the SOG AI guys, their missions were almost always compromised, because there was at least one mole at their headquarters, I believe, in Saigon. And there was also hundreds, if not thousands, of Viet Cong or NVA listeners along the Cambodian and Laotian borders. So whenever helicopters went over, you know, they would know they were coming, and that's why they got, well, I believe anyway, they got ambushed so often, because a lot of the time the Vietnamese, Viet Cong with the NVA, they knew that the Americans and their allies were on their way, and it was normally only a matter of time before the patrols got into combat, and then had to extract to a safe, well, to an LZ to get out of there. Also, while we're here as well, I'd just like to mention the fact that although SOG AI is absolutely amazing with the way it works, and obviously we've got tab to bring up the wheel, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes you may well have to revert to the vanilla control schemes. So just remember to issue sort of squad commands, if you press the backspace key, and then you press like the tilde key to select everybody, you can go to combat mode, and you can tell your players, you know, stealth, combat wear, all that sort of stuff, to do that. The other thing that sometimes you'll have to do is sometimes you can go up to a player and you'll say, come to me, if he's stuck, an AI, sorry, if he's stuck. It's pretty difficult to see this because they won't have that, sorry. Freeze. Right. So if this guy was stuck on a rock or a tree, we can go up to him, roll down on our mouse wheel, and we can say, come to me when it appears, and they will come to you, normally ignoring things. So that can be very, very useful. Right, let us follow me. Let's crack on towards our objective. Another thing that you really want to concentrate on as well is just saving the game regularly. So at regular points, just press escape and save the game. You will get automatic save positions as well at certain points. When you get to, it's normally when something is about to change, like you're about to go inside the tunnels, or you're about to head towards the LZ or something like that. But when you do save, it will save not only you, but it will save the positions and the condition of all your AI squad mates as well. So it is very, very useful indeed. So remember, at regular points, escape and press save. And remember, you may well have to load the single player cheat menu as well if you want to make use of it. Okay, so we have just come into contact with the enemy. I can't see him on the map yet. But what we're going to do, we're going to use the bound forward. So let's just check we're heading in the right direction. So I'm going to point in this direction. I'm going to press tab. I'm going to say bound forward or leapfrog forward. So the guy should hopefully attack in this direction. The only thing that worries me actually is these rocks, because the AI doesn't like going around rocks, so they may well get hung up. Let's just see what happens. Let's see if they come forward. So what should happen with this command is that half of the squad will move forward while the other half covers them, and then they'll, you know, vice versa. But this terrain could be a little bit challenging, so they might get stuck there. Let's see if they figure out how to get around it. Okay, well, it looks like the enemy we thought we had hasn't appeared, so I'm actually going to say freeze, and I'm going to just say follow me. And let's see if we can get them all out behind us. Again, SOG AI does a wonderful job of improving the... Oh, someone just hit a booby trap. Three. Is he alright, is he? Okay, he seems to have treated himself, so that's okay. So, right, so we'll be on our way now. And let's carry on heading in this direction. But whenever you get into trouble, if you need to take on the enemy, go leapfrog forward. Or if your guys are engaging people, say they're engaging people here, and we wanted them to retreat, look in the other direction, tab, and leapfrog that way. And the SOG AI will make sure that when they disengage, or they engage, especially when they're disengaging, they'll throw grenades, they'll throw smokes, and they will actively disengage with the enemy. Because one of the big problems that the vanilla AI has is often the AI NPCs get very obsessed with engaging in enemies, and it's much better to use the SOG AI because they will disengage and you can break contact and then get on with your mission. Okay, so we found the site and there's enemy soldiers there, so now we've got to clear them. So what we're going to do now is we're now going to use the bound forward. So this way we'll be able to assault position, hopefully relatively safely. And keep looking. Oh, there we go, we've got a guy coming up on our flank. Here they come. Again, keep checking your map. Oh god, right, there's some really close. See, they're very, very good at killing enemies. Okay, so we've got people in front of us now.
Damn, looks like Charlie's on high alert. Area's crawling with soldiers. Deploy your team and take them down as quietly as possible.
Ooh, grenade. Treat myself. Now what you'll see here is the SOG AI will treat each other. Right, here we go. I'm not sure if that was a friendly guy. Grenade that got me.
Code books and flight plans.
So let's issue another order.
Survivors or bodies. Do it quick.
Get forward. Okay, we've got more enemies.
Move up.
And then we want the guys to go here.
Move up.
So we get tab. Move
up.
Here. And what we're looking for here is a code book and a radio. What we can do here is we can actually tell them, do a lay dog. Hopefully they'll listen to us.
Move up. Down and quiet.
Watch out for enemies there. Okay, there we go. So there's the radio.
Bringing back this stuff is important. Charlie's going to use our radios to listen into our comms, or even set traps to lure in other helicopters.
Ooh, got heavy contact.
soldier.
Standing by.
When we get home, see? You be okay now. I feel good. I feel messy. Now I fight.
Let's see if we can find this other bit of kit. Right, so they're all.
Taking fire!
Come on, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where's the book? This sometimes can be a little bit tricky to find. And again, if you get stuck, you know, stick on the invincibility.
Hostiles!
Damn it.
God, we're taking too much fire.
Okay, I shot.
Help that soldier!
Easy, fuck off. I'll stop you from bleeding. You make it back, okay? No hurt much, Maxie. I'll fight if you help me up.
Right, let's just check we haven't picked everything up by going into the map and looking at our tasks. Retrieve the code book and radio. So we found one of them, but we haven't got the other. So just carefully go around the wreck. And remember, what you can do as well is if you press I, if they've got any first aid kits on them, whoa. More first aid kits are always good. It's got to be around here somewhere. It's probably just hidden by some grass. Be nice if your AI squad mates could help you in this task. That's not it. Aha! There we go. There it is.
So, 3 bodies and 4 helmets. Looks like one of the guys is alive, but he may have been taken. Another team will extract the bodies. See if you can pick up on the trail for the missing pilot.
Covey, Columbia. Crash site secure.
Columbia, Covey, Roger. What's the sit rep on the package? Over.
Covey, Columbia. Package 1 secure. 3 KIA to pick up. Package 2 is probably nearby. Moving to locate. Over.
Columbia, Covey, Roger. RT Raleigh will extract the KIAs. I have a lot of air standing by for you. Just say the word. Out.
A blood trail. This looks promising.
Okay,
See
so
where
we're
it
going to
goes.
follow the blood trail in a
This is where
second,
the
but we're just going to
fun
quickly use,
Be
we're going to
ready.
call in some air. So if we scroll down on our thing and that's for radio support, zoom in, we're going to click on Condor, high explosive, Banshee, high explosive. So, see if we can put down some air there. So we've got high explosive from Sundowner, confirm,
Columbia, we need air support. Over.
and you're going to be using this an awful lot in this mission.
Covey,
So down on your mouse wheel, radio support, zoom in, choose where you want it to go, click on what you want, and then if it's available you can click confirm and that will then call it in. But we don't want to move forward yet, so we need to find this blood trail. So that is going off this way. Basically what you need. Whoa, look at that. Whoa. Okay, so we got caught up a bit in that one. So I better tell everybody to treat yourself. Oh no. So bit of a danger close situation there. You guys all alright? Oh, they seem okay. Just me. Right, let's follow this blood trail.
Soldier, 100 meters back.
Light them up!
And what you should find is as you wander around, you'll pick up another blood trail, and it'll slowly take you towards the village. And that's where we'll catch up again. So now we need to follow these blood trails, but this bit of the mission can be a little bit frustrating. But what you can do is if you press M to go into the map and zoom in and find out where you are, you should see there's normally an arrow that tells you which way you should be going. So then you can bring up your compass with the K, and you can kind of, the blood trail does show you which direction to go in, but sometimes it's very difficult to see the next one, and they have to kind of trigger one after the other. But what you can do is you can kind of wander along, and you can go back to the map,
Rifleman, 100 meters back.
and just kind of go backwards and forwards, and just make sure you're going in the right direction. Right, okay, so see, we've got another arrow has appeared down there, so we know we need to go this way a little bit. Right, okay, so this should be a blood trail up here. Probably zoomed in a little bit too much on the map. Okay, so I've gone past that blood trail, so let's just retrace our steps. Aha! See, there we go. See, there's a blood trail there. So if there's that one. And now we should find the next one is in this direction. Let's have a look. Right, yep, there's another arrow has appeared.
Man, 75 meters back.
What I'll do now is let me call my guys in to catch up with me. Let's just go back here. If you've missed it, oh yeah, I'm definitely zoomed in a little bit too much on the map. Okay, yeah, so there's another blood trail. So that's in this direction. Excuse me, fellas. Okay, so the squad have dealt with the enemy. And then see, we've got this other arrow has appeared there on the path. Let's just check we haven't got any enemies around. Right, so there's enemy maybe over there. So let's get out the M16.
Rifleman, 100 meters left.
Okay, we'll let the guys deal with them. More blood, and that's heading this way. Now this is now going to take us towards the village. More blood. Just checking the map again. And then we're going to carry on this way until we get to the village.
Soldier, 75 meters front.
Okay, so we kind of get ourselves a little bit bogged down in here with these enemies. So what we're going to do is we're going to bound out of here. So I'm going to go tab, Leapfrog, and we're going to break contact and head towards where we're meant to be going. Oh, wait a minute. We've got a guy down.
Help that soldier. On the move.
Oh.
Heal that soldier. Enemy.
Don't worry.
Jumsi
you'll be
is too
back
big.
banging yen and
Easy for
Saigon
VC
in
to
no
shoot.
Smoke out.
Fix me up.
Ready for order.
Jesus, that would have my number on it.
Right, let's have a look. Right, let's call in some air support. Let's do some air support there.
Copy.
Confirm.
Columbia. We need air support. Over.
Columbia, copy. Roger. Tell me where you want it.
Copy. Hammer that tree line to our southeast.
Right, and let's bound this way.
Columbia, copy. Air inbound. One mic. Over. Columbia, roger. Gunships starting their run.
Hopefully this time we won't get caught up. Some more blood. Go on, everybody. There he goes.
Advance. North. 100 meters.
Come on. Follow me, chaps.
Rally up.
Just keep checking the map.
Target in sight. Contact. Soldier 100 meters. Right up ahead. Ready to fire. Target in sight.
Okay, let's bound forward.
Target in sight.
Attack. Northwest. 100 meters. Move up.
Ooh. See how good they are at taking people out. More blood.
Uncover and go. Standing by. Move up. Fast.
Here they come. Let's just check this guy for a med pack. Oh.
Standing by.
Move up. Fast.
Standing by.
Another blood. So now we've got to go this way. Ooh.
Light them up. Contact. Soldier.
It's bound this way now.
Fast. Attack. East. 100 meters. Move up. Fast.
Standing by. Smoke out.
Light them up. Move up. Fast. Under fire.
Soldier 100 meters back.
I think that's okay. So we've got a guy behind us, but we really want to be going this way. So
Fall back.
Fast. 100 meters behind us. Ready. Target down.
okay, so we've got to the village. So now what we need to do is secure it. Now, what's interesting about this particular playthrough is that, as you can see, because of the randomness of where we were dropped at the LZ and where the helicopter was, we've had to go on this massive run all the way through here. And then at this point I decided to go through the jungle to get to the village, which means that we've taken an awful lot of casualties. We're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teammates and me. So now we need to be pretty careful. And this could well be a point where you decided to put on, you know, invincibility, if you liked, a little bit, just to get you through this section if it's the first time you've run it. Ooh,
Hostile down.
there we go. You see how good the AI teammates are at clearing out the enemies. Now remember, with SOG AI as well, these barrels will blow up. Oh, I should have done that. Oh, no. Uh-oh. One thing I will be doing in a minute is, once we've cleared out the village, I will be cheating. I will be going into this simple single player cheat menu and spawning in some more med kits, because I've managed to is that a guy there? I've managed to use almost all of them. Right, come on guys, follow me.
Rally up.
Where are they all? Right, there we go. We need to clear this out. And remember, if you all ever get kind of stuck. So there's a guy in there. He's dead. Remember, you can always press M and just have a look at your tasks and see what you were meant to be doing. Secure the camp, take out the occupants. So we've just got to kind of wander around till we kill everybody. And then we get the notification that we're good. Oh,
No sign of the pilot yet. Have another look. This camp seems too small for the amount of troops here.
I've had this kind of little bug happen before where you fall through the floor when you get shot in these buildings.
So Charlie has a cave.
So let's just see if we can get out.
See who's home.
Right. So now what we need to do is search this area over here for the caves. So what we're going to do, we're going to get everybody to come over here.
Move up! There!
Now there will be more enemies around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell them just to do a lay dog circle here. So they're in like a defensive position, while I can then go off and find the tunnel, which basically is over here. But they will get attacked. Now this next section here, when we're going to go into this tunnel, is very, very difficult because you have to do it by yourself because the AI won't come in with you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to load the simple single player cheat menu, and we're just going to go invincibility, and we're going to enable invincibility for myself, and we're going to enable it for the group members as well, and we're going to enable infinite ammo as well, just because this is it's a frustrating bit. That way that will give us a chance to sort of complete this part of the mission, because it is difficult, and get out and then get onto the kind of get into the LZ and then get into extraction. So if I check my inventory now, I can see that I'm very low on first aid kits, and we simply won't be able to finish the mission if we don't have more first aid kits. So this is again a situation where I'm just going to cheat, because this is just a run through, and on subsequent run throughs we're going to take more first aid kits, probably add more to my teammates as well. So we press M to go into the map, go into cheats, we can go into the virtual arsenal, and we're going to open it up. Here we go, and then if we go into the backpack, and then we go to miscellaneous items, we can see first aid kit. So we're just going to add 3 into there, and then actually we don't really want they'll do, and then we'll go into our see what else we've got. Our uniform, and we're going to add in more first aid kits, and then we will go into our vest. We're going to add in more first aid kits. Brilliant. Okay, so we've got loads and loads of stuff, so we can close that now. If we go into our inventory, we've got 3 first aid kits in our uniform, 10 in our main bit, and 3 in our bag. We've got invincibility, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to save this, and then if we go into the map and go into our task, we can see we need to locate the tunnel. Now the tunnel just happens to be over here, and then it's round to the left a little bit, but you've got to be careful because there are lots of enemies in here. And normally you could come in here with teammates, and there's sometimes a guy to your left and a guy to your right. But because you're by yourself, it makes it very, very difficult to do this.
Charlie has
So what we've got to do now is we've got to go down to this tunnel system, rescue the pilot, and then extract ourselves out. So we're about to go down into the tunnels, so I'm just going to go into the cheats. We're going to go in and we're just going to make sure that we've got infinite ammo enabled, invincibility enabled for us and our group members, and then we're going to go down. Now what we need to kind of remember here is that in order to find the airmen, we've got to go down, you know, keep going down, down, down. But when we come to get out, the way out is through this ladder. Now I know this is difficult to see because of it's a bit dark, but there's this ladder that's suspended kind of off the ground, and that's the way out. Now we have to be very careful here as well. We've got to watch out for traps, because although we are invincible, the traps actually will kill us. So for example, that there, pretty sure that's like a snake trap as well.
Charlie uses mines, spikes, Murder holes.
That could be
snakes.
one there as
All
well.
kinds of horrible stuff.
So we just don't want to walk over them. And then there will be enemy soldiers down here as well, so we need to watch out for that. And we're just going around. Now this may well randomise this. And we're just looking to go down and down and down. So we are deep in the tunnels. Let's save, because it's very easy to come across a booby trap. Now, in theory, you can spot booby traps and then disarm them, but I've never been successful at it. Here we go, we keep going down. And also your pack, your booby trap detector that SOG AI provides should beep as well. There we go, there's another way down. Alright, we can jump down this one. Oh no, it's a ladder. Let's go down.
You found them. Okay, administer first aid and let's get the hell out of this shithole. Covey is sending in the slicks now. Let's DD.
Right, here we go. So we're going to open this guy up. He's going to be very thankful, but we're going to treat him. So you can see, this guy's injured, so you have to keep on treating him all the time, as far as I understand. And then what we're going to do is we can hold space to put him on our shoulder. But as soon as we come across enemies that we need to engage, we're going to drop him, because he will be killed by enemy gunfire if we're not careful. And also we need to keep treating him as well. So of course we're going to save at this point, and then we're going to see if we can extract out. Now we're looking for ladders to go, we can't use ladders to go up now, because we'd have to drop him, so we're going to have to use the ramps to go up. But here we go. So as soon as we hear any enemies, we're going to drop our casualty and kill the enemies. Now, I guess one of the best pieces of advice I can give about this section of the mission is that it is very, very frustrating, because you get things like this where you get hung up on the geometry of the map. You'll also run into booby traps, some of which will go off, others which won't go off. So for example here, if we look here, we have this tripwire. You can just about see it, but if I go through it, I don't set it off, which is a bit odd. But other ones you will set off, and obviously you'll run into enemies. Now I was very lucky here, so let's drop the casualty. Let's make sure there's no others to spoil our day, because we don't want the pilot to get killed. That's a dead end. Okay, so that's clear now. Let's go and get the casualty. Obviously try not to forget where you've left him. And whenever you put your guy down and you come back to him, just check that whether he needs any more first aid or not, and then we can carry the casualty.
Jesus, man, you're leaking all over me.
And then as soon as you do something like that, save the game, because you're going to die lots of times doing this by yourself. Okay, so we found the way out. There's a few of these ladders actually that hang from the ceiling. I should have mentioned that at the beginning. But this is the one that we want, so we just kind of look at it like that, hit spacebar. We're going to save the game.
We're out. We have package 2.
We are out, so we're going to be carrying this guy all the way to the final LZ. Now at this point, this is probably where, if I go the right way, you would, now we want to do is we want to disable invincibility, because we've got through that bit. And
Covey, good to hear from you again.
so here's all our fellas.
Team out. There are enemy forces
and we're going to be carrying this chap as we go along. And we've got 1.7 kilometres to get to. We're going to be calling in plenty of radio support, and this is an absolutely fantastic part of the game. So let's go to the map, go to cheats, infinite ammo disabled, invincibility disabled, group members disabled. 1, 2, 3. So we've only got 5 AI members left, and we need to get all that way. So let's get to that LZ. Right. Okay, chaps, follow me. Tail gunner, put a mine down. All right, we've got people in front of us already. Drop our guy. Where's the enemies at? Someone behind us. Okay, we seem to have it under control. Let's pick this guy up again. Oh.
100 meters front.
Let's go. Right, we're going to have to fight our way through. Found. In fact, let's go. That's a bit steep there. Let's go along this slightly less steep bit. Okay, we've got enemies off to the right.
Hostile down. Danger. Men, 100 meters right.
Check the map. Okay, I think we need some air support.
100 meters right. He's down.
We need air support. Over.
Columbia, copy. Roger. Tell me where you want it.
Copy. Hammer that tree line to our northeast.
Hold on,
100
soldier. We'll get you
right.
fixed up.
Follow me.
Air inbound. 1 mic. Over.
That's scene number 1.
Roger.
Save you from NDA.
Scratch one. Scratch one.
Keep down! Target down! Rally up! Soldier, 100 meters behind us! Fall back! Fast! Ready to fire.
Columbia, copy. Aircraft for Winchester. RTB, out.
Keep checking the map.
Move up! Fast!
Smoke out.
Fall back! Move up!
And follow me. And let's see if we need to call in some more radio support. Oh, there's a truck there.
Clear.
It's a tank. Oh, gosh.
Copy. Columbia. We need air support. Over.
Right, let's get out of here.
Copy. Roger. Tell me where you want it.
Copy. Hammer that tree line to our north.
Columbia, copy. Air inbound. 1 mic. Over. Columbia, roger. Gunships starting their run.
So things are getting pretty serious now. We're down to a team of 4. We've declared a prairie fire incident, so we've got all the air assets coming our way.
10! Set a charge!
We want to keep placing mines behind us. As soon as we get into contact, we want to be calling in air support, and we need to be getting to that LZ as fast as we can. But it's going to be a challenge because we need to defend that LZ when we get here. Now at this point, if you're in a situation like this where your team has taken a beating and you're not sure whether you're actually going to be able to get there or not, of course this might be the time where you will want to set in, say, invincibility for yourself and your team, just so you get to the next stage, so that you can experience the finishing of the mission. And of course the idea of that is, I find that the more you play these missions, the more fun you have with each one, because you know what you're meant to be doing, and it means you can kind of get around some of the glitches and some of the jank that kind of happens in them. So don't be afraid to stick on that invincibility or that infinite ammo, just so that you can get to the end of the mission, and then you can do it all again, maybe on a harder difficulty, maybe not using any cheats at all, and maybe even coming in with a different squad. Right, here we go. 950 meters to go. Okay, here we go. This is where it starts getting serious. 500 meters to the LZ. Got my squad with me. We're probably going to get heavy contact from now on, so we need to be careful. But we are almost at the LZ, and we've got air support pounding the jungle to our north. We can call in stuff, but we just need to keep our eyes peeled and get ready to bound forward if we have to, so that we can advance under fire. I've got my Tommy gun ready. 400 meters to go. Let's quickly check the map. Let's get us set up. Everybody with me? Yeah. Got some open ground. Quick check. Can't see any enemies.
Man, 75 meters. Front.
Here we go. They're in that shell hole.
100 meters. Front.
Let's drop this guy.
I've got it. Target neutralized.
Okay, so he got him. Any more?
Man, on the fire.
There we go. Here they are.
Man, 100 meters. Front.
Bring up the map. Okay, can't see any more enemies. See if our guy needs treating. No, let's put him on our back again.
Jesus, man, you're leaking all over me.
Change to the Tommy gun.
No, carry me. Leave me. I slow down commies. Watch him escape.
Rally up.
Come on, guys, let's do this. I have messaged the creator of the SOG AI mod and just asked him if he could add another setting, which would be that you could ask one of your teammates to go point, so they would be in front of you. I can hear helicopters coming in now. So that, there we go. Here come friendlies. There's a gunship. This is why this DLC is so cool. This could be one of the greatest single player experiences you can ever have in video games. It probably is one of the greatest multiplayer co-op sort of PvE games, but I've never really played it co-op. I will. That's on my list of things to do. God, the team all looks really banged up, doesn't it? Okay, we're almost there. 150 meters to go. So what we're going to do is when we get here, we're going to find a crater to defend, and then we're going to try and hold that crater. And we're going to call in air support to hold off the enemies, and then a Huey will come in to rescue us. Almost there. I'm the only American left, actually, looking at my team. Right, so there's a little bit of high ground to the left of the marker that you can see, and that's where we're going to defend, I think, anyway. We're going to drop our casualty. And then we're going to start calling in the fast movers. Okay, we're here. So let's drop our guy.
Okay, here's the LZ. Get yourself spread out for defense and get on board.
This looks like a good crater to defend. So what we should be able to do is all defend crater. Let's drop our guy. Clicky doesn't need any assistance. No. Right, and we're all going to hang on in here, defending the LZ, calling in L support until our extraction arrives. Okay, so what's left of us is here. We're all going to defend this crater. Come on, fella. Get in the crater. And we've got to wait for our extraction. There's our pilot. This is going to be very difficult because there's not many of us left. So let's look at the radio support. Where are the enemies coming from? Can't see anybody yet. Swap to the M16. Come on, fella. Oops, he doesn't get to get over here. Okay, the enemies are coming in. Let's call in some air support.
Columbia. They're on to us. Pressing snakes and nape all along our back trail to our November Echo. Repeat, November Echo. We need it now.
Columbia,
Copy.
Columbia. We're
We
hammering
need
your
air
back trail. There's 1,000 of us from the business.
Columbia.
You're
We need air
heads down.
support. Over.
Condor's on the way. We'll be there in 2 months.
Roger. Tell me where you want it.
Copy. Hammer that tree line to our southwest.
Columbia, copy. Air inbound. 1 mile. Over. Columbia, roger. Gunships starting their run. Ready.
Copy. Columbia. We need air support. Over.
Columbia, copy. Roger. Tell me where you want it.
Copy. Hammer that tree line to our north.
Columbia, copy. Aircraft for Winchester. RTB, out. Columbia, copy. Air inbound. 1 mile. Over. Roger. Columbia, roger. Gunships starting their run.
Copy. Columbia. We need air support. Over.
Columbia, copy. No air on standby.
75
Columbia,
meters. Back.
copy. Aircraft for Winchester. RTB, out.
75 meters. Back. Cover me. Reload. Light 'em up.
Soldier, 100 meters. Back.
Columbia, 100 meters. Back.
Local VC will be on us soon.
Condor. I'm sure glad to see you. Columbia. Get us air support. Over.
Columbia, copy. Roger. Tell me where you want it.
Copy. Right up the tree line to our north.
Columbia, copy. Air inbound. 1 mile. Over. Columbia, roger. Fast air inbound. Columbia, copy. Aircraft for Winchester. RTB, out.
Oh, get on the vehicle. Right, let's pick this guy up. Let's go, let's go, 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 go. And then we need to use our mouse wheel to load him in. We need to get in as well. On the gun. Come on, let me get in. Let me get in. we go, we're in. And off we go. Oh, that was a hot extraction.
Damn, you sure stood up an ant's nest down here. At least Cubby will get a good body count. That's a real good thing you done for our Vietnamese crews. They believe if a body is left behind and not buried in their homeland, the soul will forever wander the jungles and pain and suffering.
So now it's just back to base to remember our fallen teammates and a successful SOG Prairie Fire mission from Bright Light. Anyway, that's enough from me. Hopefully you found this video useful. Hopefully you will dive in and play these missions, and as I say, they're really designed to be played again and again and again to get the most out of them. But once you know what you're meant to be doing, they just get better and better. So if you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and of course I'll see you again soon.